Hello, my name is Steve George and I work on Qlik's Gold Client team. In this video, I want to provide some content about what to troubleshoot when the data copy process does not produce data transformation results as expected. This video focuses on two different issues. The first is for data not being transformed, and second, importing transformed data that led to two sets of records in the table, one set which is transformed and one which is not. At the end of this presentation, some additional resources will be shared. Let's tackle that first issue. There are a few possible root causes that may have prevented data from transforming. So, to help identify the cause, we will use the process flow on this slide as our guide. We must first determine whether the export process is the cause. Fortunately, there is an easy method to answer this question. Qlik recommends using the sizing report and selecting the respective file so that the contents are displayed. If the data has been masked, then the issue is with the import, and if it has not been masked, the issue is with the export, which is the more frequent point of failure. Knowing this, let's focus on investigating the export first. The first step is to confirm whether the data type in question has a transformation rule assigned. If not, the rule should be assigned accordingly and a new data copy performed. This should resolve the issue. However, if a rule is already assigned, then check if it is configured accordingly. Here are some things to keep in mind. Check that the table and field are assigned to the respective transformation rule. If needed, check the transformation type assigned and the respective details as well to help ensure the transformation will occur as expected. Check that the table or field is not set with the inactive flag, as this indicator is used by the export program to exclude transformation for that object. And it may be necessary to check the source environment to confirm that data exists in the respective field, because the default behavior of Qlik Gold Client is to transform data only if it exists. If any changes are deployed to the transformation setup config, then perform a new data copy to see if the issue is resolved. However, if the configuration is correct and complete, and no other root causes are identified, then raise a support case to Qlik's Gold Client team so that they can provide the necessary support. Now, let's assume the export transformed the data successfully. This means the issue must exist within the import process. In that case, the root cause is typically due to the import having been executed using the skip conflicting data option. To try and resolve, run the import again, but be sure to use the replace conflicting data option instead. Be aware that this situation is especially true if your organization is using Qlik Gold Client to perform in-place transformation, which normally occurs after having performed a system copy, which means that data is already present in the environment. Using the replace conflicting data option will cause the transformed data to replace the non-transformed data. Hopefully using this import option solves the issue, but if not, then raise a support case to Qlik's Gold Client team so that they can provide the necessary support. Okay, so now let's pivot and explore the second issue about having two sets of records in the table where one is transformed and one is not. This result typically occurs when the transformed data resides within a table's primary key, so that when the transformed data is imported, it is appended to the table rather than replacing the existing data. This issue may occur after the team has created a system copy so that data is already present in the environment. It is important to be aware that Qlik advises against transforming key fields because it could be disruptive to the data integrity. However, there are a few known exceptions where organizations need to transform data stored in key fields. Two tables that frequently cause this problem are LFBK and KNBK, which contain a bank account field that is considered sensitive, but it is part of the table's key. One more example is table BUT0ID and field ID number. So in this situation, Qlik Gold Client must be used to export and delete the non-transformed data. The typical process is as follows, where all steps are performed in the target environment. Run an export for the respective dataset without transformation. Next, run another export for the respective dataset with transformation. Then, use the delete data function and the files from step 1, without transformation, to purge the data. This should lead to 0 records remaining in the table. And last, run an import using the files from step 2, with transformation, to import the transformed data. This should lead to the desired outcome where only transformed data is present in the table. For additional how-to content, please reference the Qlik Gold Client user guides on this slide. I hope this content has provided some meaningful value. Have an outstanding day.